Hello, everyone. My name is Rosie Acosta, and today we're going to talk about net worth and FIRE number. We'll discuss why they're important and why you need to know more about it. So, let's start with net worth. So, basically, net worth is a metric that can provide a snapshot of your overall financial health at any point in time. Your net worth is simply the difference between the total value of what you own, which are your assets, and what you owe, which are your liabilities. And so a positive net worth means that you have more assets than liabilities. And so here, an example would be let's say somebody has their home valued at 450,000, plus they have HYSA and they have about $20,000 in there. And then they have like a 401k, an IRA, things like that in retirement. So they have 80,000. So if you combine all of those, you would have asset value of 550,000. Now, liabilities are the things that you owe. Let's say, yes, you have a house of 450,000, but you still owe 200,000 in that mortgage. So you have to deduct that mortgage from your asset. You also have to deduct what you owe on your new car, which is about $4,000. This is just an example. And then if you have student loans, you're going to subtract that from your assets as well. So the total liabilities, if you add the mortgage, the car loan, the student loans that you still owe, you have a liability amount of 222,000. So what you're going to do is you're going to subtract your assets and you're going to subtract your liabilities from your assets, and you're going to get your net worth, which would be, in this case, in this scenario, 328,000. So basically here the goal is to have a positive net worth. You always want to have more, funds, more equity, more real estate, everything that has value. You want to have that number to be higher than what you actually owe or the debt that you have. So that is how you calculate your net worth. Another number that is worthy into looking into is basically your FIRE number, which is your financial independence number. And so if you don't know what this number is, basically what you do is you get your annual income amount. In this example, here is this person that makes 60K. And so you multiply that by 25 years, and then you get the actual amount. So let's say some people, maybe they make 40K, maybe they make 200K, depending on what the amount is, you multiply that by 25. Well, you might say, well, why 25? Well, usually when you retire at 65, you usually have 20 years, 25 years to live after your retirement. So what you're doing is you're getting that amount, uh, that number pretty much in your mind, so you can know, okay, this is the amount of money that I need in order to live after I retire. So if I was making 60K and I retire at 65, I would need to multiply whatever I'm making now times 25 years. I would need to come up with 1.5 million in order for me to retire comfortably. Now, 1.5 million, that's a lot of money. And so when we look at our savings, at our checking and our 401k, look at that number. Look at that number that you have there. If you have, for example, 60K in that 401k, you're only going to be able to live for 1 year because that's how much you have. So this is why it's important for you to start thinking about, okay, I need to really sit down and look at my finances and see where my money goes, because I need to start saving. And maybe you won't get to 1 million, maybe you'll go higher, but you need to save as much as you can, because at the end of the day, retirement has nothing to do with age. If I'm 50 and I have the amount, I can retire if I wanted to. So I think this is important. I think people should know about it. So if you have any comments or questions, please share with me. Thank you.